Now, why do economists insist on single-entry bookkeeping? And that's the subject of the riff. To my friends in the economics profession and business journalists, why do you keep insisting on single-entry bookkeeping? Your forecasts of bulging inflation and sinking recession are way too gloomy. Just consider this. President Trump's original shock therapy reciprocal tariff charges that were made on Liberation Day last week will not come to pass. We know that now. First of all, as almost everybody understands, the calculations were highly flawed, based on a lot of mumbo-jumbo variables pertaining to trade deficits and surpluses that never made any sense at all. And second, and more important, Mr. Trump now has his art of the deal hat back on. Now, how this turns out and with whomever over the next 6 months remains to be seen. But the initial tariff charge of roughly $700 billion would have come to roughly 2% of our $2.8 trillion economy. And that would pose a serious recession risk. However, and it's a very big however, a likelier scenario is the 10% baseline tariff that comes to $300 billion, or only 1% of GDP. And that will be overwhelmed by a budget reconciliation deal that will be passed by the Republican Congress and will include, one way or the other, all or nearly all of Trump's tax cut proposals. The numerical value of those tax cuts will likely be somewhere around $5 trillion, which is a heck of a lot higher than $300 billion in tariff revenues. Also, though maybe a little harder to put a dollar sign on it, Trump is intent on reversing Joe Biden's nearly $2 trillion worth of regulations. And here's another point. Today's CPI, it fell by 0.1%, came in way below consensus. Gasoline prices in March fell 6%, but there's more of that coming. A month ago, wholesale oil prices were running just under $70 a barrel. Today, they're $60. Retail gasoline today is just over $3.20, about where it was a month ago. But the drop in wholesale will translate to a significant drop in the price at your local gas station. This is President Trump's liquid gold argument. Oil prices affect almost every nook and cranny of the economy. And while OPEC and our own domestic producers are opening up the spigots, inflation is likely to stay low. Even on the tariff front, those taxes are levied at wholesale, but when it trickles down to retail, the price is almost a quarter to a half less under any circumstance. So, once again, I appeal to my respected economic brethren. Please take a look at the whole picture, not simply your single-entry bookkeeping. And that's tonight's riff.